Every Word, Part 2 on Oboli TV. The story of Chioma and Odogwu in Love in Every Word 2 will make you remember that. Imagine as a woman and you are called Chioma, you have sworn never ever to fall in love again. Me, Chioma, I've been hurt too, I've been lied to, and I have been promised the world by not only a man, but by people who never ever meant a word they said. But then, one ordinary afternoon in Chioma's life, somebody new now walked into her life. And that man's every word feels like music. And that was Obiora, Odogwu. But wait, even though this man's every word feels like music, what if that person isn't my type? What if this Odogwu, Obiora, what if this man isn't my type? What if everything about him goes against my rules? Shena Bushman in B now, he no even know how to speak better English. Na Igbo accent in get. That is what happens in Love in Every Word, Part 2. This is a story of Chioma and Odogwu. The love story that proves that, see, love doesn't always arrive dressed in perfection. You hear? Sometimes love comes wrapped up in surprises. Yes. Because if you want to know the story of Chioma and Odogwu, this Chioma is a young woman who has fire in her eyes. Chioma has dreams bigger, even safe, than the Lagos skyline. Hey, Chioma is sharp. Chioma is independent. Chioma is tired of heartbreak by useless men. And see, after a long, painful breakup with her ex-boyfriend, Chioma decides that, see, no more distractions. Now only school, now only work, now only family. That is what Chioma promises to herself. But see, life always gets other plans for human being. Yes, life will happen to you. And so, once her today, Chioma now traveled to her hometown for her cousin's traditional wedding. Chioma planned to attend, yes, so Chioma planned to dance. Chioma planned to eat. Chioma planned to smile. And then she planned that after all the partying, Chioma will go back to Lagos. But wait, at that her cousin's traditional wedding, when she goes back to her hometown, in the middle of laughing, in the middle of drum beats, music, she now locks eyes with Odogwu Obiora, a tall and confident man who looks like he was born knowing what he wants. And the moment that Odogwu Obiora sees Chioma, he smiles. But wait, not the kind of smile that fades. The kind of smile that says, yes, I just found the woman I was looking for all this time. That I've been going for weddings. But Chioma is not impressed. Chioma rolls her eyes. Oh, here we go again, she mutters to herself. Another smooth talker. But wait, Odogwu is not like the others. Because when Odogwu speaks, Odogwu's words carry respect. When Odogwu speaks, his words carry humor. And when Odogwu speaks, something else is in his words. Odogwu speaks sincerity. And after that, her cousin's traditional wedding, do you know that Odogwu continues to call, continues to text, continues to check on Chioma? But wait, see, not in that kind of annoying way, not in that kind of pushy way, but in a way that makes Chioma feel seen and heard. After such a long time of not feeling that way, But wait, still, Chioma feels somehow. She fights her feelings. She tells herself, see, I don't need a man. In fact, she tells her best friend, I need peace, Joe. But her friend laughs. See, Chioma, her friend says, sometimes peace can come in human form. Oh. And besides, Odogwu doesn't give up easily because one morning, Chioma arrives at her office to find flowers on her desk. And do you know something? Those flowers are not plastic ones. Oh. Those flowers are real flowers. And in addition, those flowers come with a note that reads, "You don't have to say yes yet. I just want to remind you that good men, they still exist." Love wanting thing. Because that simple note sent by Odogwu Obiora to Chioma, notes, flowers, not fake flowers, oh, real flowers. Those flowers and that note that says, "You don't have to say yes just yet. I just want to remind you that good men still exist." Hey, that simple note and flowers, it shakes Chioma's heart. More than 1,000, more than 1,000,000 love poems. But then, guess what? Trouble starts. So people begin to gossip about Chioma and Odogwu Obiora. They begin to gossip about their relationship. Some people are just saying that, he's too traditional, they whisper. Some people are talking and saying, he's too rich. He'll want to control Chioma. And Chioma, who already doubts herself, begins to believe these people. But guess what? Again, things will now get worse because her ex-boyfriend tries to come back to Chioma, pretending that things have changed. He even posts old pictures of them online, saying that he misses her. And of course, just like any other man who sees that, who's chasing a woman, Odogwu, when he sees all these things, he steps back. He is hurt, but he is calm. And Chioma now has to decide, who does she really trust? Does she trust Odogwu Obiora, or does she trust her ex-boyfriend? And in that scene, in Love in Every Word Part 2, do you remember how emotional it was? When Chioma ran into Odogwu after weeks of silence, but all that Odogwu Obiora does is he looks at Chioma and he says softly to her, "As you see me like this, I didn't come to compete. I came to care." Ooh, love wanting thing, oh. See as Chioma come dey stare at Odogwu Obiora, oh. See as how she is speechless, oh. All her fears are gone in just that one heartbeat. And that is when Chioma realizes that, see, love is not about perfect grammar, oh. Love is not about fancy clothes, oh. Love is about somebody whose words and actions are saying the same thing. And so when her ex-boyfriend finally shows his true bad colors again, imagine trying to embarrass Chioma publicly. Of course, Odogwu stands up for Chioma, not with violence, but with calm strength, like a real man. And he tells everybody that real men, they don't talk about love. Real men show love. And that is the moment that Chioma's heart completely melts for Odogwu Obiora. And of course, by the end of this movie, Love in Every Word 2, we will see Chioma smiling again. Not because Chioma's life is perfect, too. Not because Chioma has learned something different, too. But because Chioma has now learned something powerful. And that lesson is that sometimes love shows up in ways that challenge our pride. Sometimes love shows up in ways that will test our patience. But love is real when love helps you grow. Because Odogwu Obiora, he didn't just rescue Chioma. Odogwu Obiora, he respected Chioma. And Chioma didn't lose herself. She found herself. And in the final scene, when Chioma and Odogwu Obiora are walking side by side through one quiet Lagos park. Chioma teases Odogwu Obiora about his heavy Igbo accent. But Odogwu Obiora, he just laughs and he says, "At least, Chioma, you understand every word I'm speaking now." And Chioma smiles back and says to Odogwu Obiora, "Yes, and I love every one of those words." Ha! Now, Flicks to Click fans, what is the lesson in the story of Love in Every Word 2 by Omoni Oboli TV on YouTube? The lesson of Love in Every Word, The Wedding, Part 2, showing on Omoni Oboli TV. It shows us that, see, love is not about perfect people. Love is about the true people. Because the right person will not change you. The right person will help you discover the best parts of who you already are. And when somebody's words are backed by actions, hold on tightly to that. Because that is love in every word. Hey, my Flicks to Click fans, do you know all the signs and symptoms of an abusive partner? If you don't know, go to the comment section just below this video. I'm going to pin a free download for you to know all the signs and symptoms of an abusive partner, to help yourself, your family, humanity. If you enjoyed my live review of Love in Every Word, The Wedding, showing on Omoni Oboli TV, give me a like and watch all my movie reviews up here. Mwah. Bye.